Alright, welcome to my reaction of what I said for the playoffs this season. I'm already scared because I already see two people that raced a total of like 5 races on this screen. So, it's just time to react to
Yo,
this and see how bad
welcome
I was.
to my season.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip
Gonna
ahead.
be a very big season, I feel like, for this league, but there is a lot of people that can make these playoffs this year.
Alright, so I'm already wrong on some. It was a very big league for, it was very big season for the league. It wasn't. It was horrible. This season was bad. I mean, we had like a couple, I'm trying to think. Basically every rookie except Blue. Well, no, I'm not even gonna say that. Every rookie has had like a crazy crash out already. It's been not great.
So first, I'm gonna start with my locks. The people in this league that should win multiple races this season and get into the playoffs very easily. The
God.
first person I'm going to say myself, coming
Okay, at least I did that correct. I knew I had faith in myself. Yet I only won one race, partially because I missed like 4 or 5, which were out of my control. But I won a race. Very easily, I won a race.
off the championship last season, I won
I'm just gonna
multiple
skip ahead
race
to the next
a
guy.
part of that. I should get hopefully 3 wins by the end of the season.
Well, hopefully in the playoffs I achieve that goal. I better.
The second guy I have on this part of the list is Soaring. Obviously, you're
God. I don't know where to start with this guy. I do know where I want to start. This man decided to dev a game for us just to show up to like 2 races. 3 races actually. And in 2 of those 3, he was the main person of controversy. He was the main problem of each race. He couldn't dev a game for his life. Everything was imported. Everything was given to him by someone else. And instead of trying to adjust things so it made sense for stuff, it just didn't make sense. And then the guy, yeah, he showed up to 3 races before leaving. If this man actually decides to show up, yes, he is winning races. But it's kind of hard to do that when you just don't show up for half the season at that point.
runner up last season.
I don't even want to listen to
He's the guy
myself.
that's making the game for us, and he's a very good racer.
He's good at driving. Like, it sucks. He's good, except it kind of all washes away when you make a game that becomes no skill very fast.
He should definitely.
I'm
That's
just
who
gonna
I
skip
got
ahead.
winning
Oh,
the
here we go.
championship. So that's who I got winning multiple races no matter what. Should win multiple races.
Yep,
Now
wasn't
I've
true
got
for either of
people
us.
that realistically should win a race. First, I'm going to start with Little Dave.
Same situation as Soaring. This man showed up to no races, actually. Actually, no, he showed up to one, and he looked horrible in it. This man was horrible this season. He's been barely active at all. I saw him to ECR for D2. He didn't show up once. He was signed for that 18 for D1. Showed up for the 500 just to be like, oh no, I'm gonna leave. Why? Why are you leaving? Like, it was annoying with him. He just didn't. He prioritized other leagues over this league. Even though he had shots in this league, he's like, no, I'm gonna do other stuff because I feel like it. Again, it's the same thing with Swarm. If he actually decides to show up, he wins a race this season, or at least makes the playoffs.
Lil Dave last season had multiple wins. I think it was 2 or 3, but those were earlier in the season.
Oh, I want
Once
to
we
hear
got
this.
midway through the season, once me and Soaring were in D1, he struggled a lot to get wins. He did have a flash there at Martinsville in the cutoff race, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Daytona, he did decent, but
I should I should have seen his fall off coming, but I didn't. Of course, I put him third. So,
he should get a win somewhere, especially a super speedway. Those races he could easily get a win at.
anyone
The
can
second
really.
person that should get a win in this category, the fourth person in the playoffs, I'm going to say Iron. His departure.
God, what is it, bro? God, this dude had a win. This dude had a win with KJS, who was one of the top drivers in the league. He was like third in points, second in points maybe at one point, behind me. And then he left. He erased all of his progress for no reason. Oh my gosh. I would have had this pick dead on. He probably would have finished third or fourth. Yet this guy decided to leave his team and take himself out of the playoffs. Pissed me off so much.
From Doge was pretty expected by the.
That was the other thing. He left Doge for no reason at all. I say expected. I mean, it was at the time, but like, why? There was no reason for him to leave. But we knew he wanted to leave for some reason. We don't get why he left, but we knew he was going to for some reason. And then when I said he left KJS, he left the 24, he went back to Doge for like an hour. And then joined back with KJS, trying to get his points back, and didn't because they had already signed Red Font to the 24 part time. And then he decided to go create his own team and put the nail in the coffin.
End of the season,
It was
even
bad.
though he won multiple races last season, he was on 2 teams. He started the year off with TNR, won the 500, and then left to go to Doge, and then finally won two
God,
more
that
races.
that's just
No,
making me
one more
think
race
how
with them.
common it is
So
for
he
him
had
to
3
just
wins on the season
leave
this
a
year.
team.
But now he's on KJS, which
I don't get how teams sign him anymore. Other than the fact that he's a halfway decent driver. Like, how can you sign him knowing he's just gonna leave you in like 5 races? It's bad.
don't think he's going to do well with. Especially with the competition, I don't think he's going to produce another multi-win season, but he
God,
is very capable.
I was so right of that. He did not have multi-win season written in there. He won one race at an extremely laggy Nashville. That was it.
Of getting himself another win on the season. And my third person that should get a win is Rover. The only
Got
multi-time
this one
champ
right.
in the league. Very good driver. Last season was very unfortunate for him. Didn't get a single win, but I see him getting at least one more win this season if he is active. There have been
Yes, yes. I said it perfectly. If he's going to be active, he's going to win a race. What do you know? Bang, Homestead. He's been up there for so many races. Won at Homestead finally. God, I'm so good at predicting. Just disregard the 2 through 4.
rumors that he won't be able to race a lot this season, but
Yeah, then we changed the time of the races
he
and he could
has
go to
very
everything.
good potential. Obviously, the only multi-time champ. He knows how to win races. He very much should get a race win this
Yeah.
season. So now that's 5 drivers in. I'm going to now go over guys I truly don't think will make the playoffs. The first person I'm going to say is Soviet in the 48.
This man never raced. It was so funny. This guy's the worst driver in the league, anyways. Like, yeah, I think I explain it, but yeah, he's the worst driver, anyways, if he raced.
First season in D1, he was very, very mediocre in D2 last season. I just don't see him doing well enough to come
This was
close to the
back
playoffs
when
this season.
KJS just signed whoever the
And
hell
I'm
they wanted
also
to.
going to say the same thing with Xenon. I like him as a driver. I think he has the potential to be running up there, but he just hasn't been active enough
God, I'm so.
to
That
really
is a
do anything.
dead-on prediction.
So I don't.
He's a good racer. He was up front at the 500. He just wasn't active from then on. He actually retired entirely. So, I mean, I got that almost as dead on as you could for a prediction.
See him getting close to the playoffs either. And the third person I really don't think will get in there is Banan. As much as I like Banan, he just has not performed well the times I've raced with him. He's towards the back of the pack every time we're in a practice race, or even when we were at Chicago Street Course, he got lapped halfway through the race.
So glad I said all this. I could just tell by the times I raced with him, like I had said, he's always at the back. Chicago did horrible in that race. So glad I said this. I don't even think he made. No, he did make the 500 barely, but yeah, it was not. He was not good at all. He got dropped very fast from all the teams he was on. I don't even think he's active in the league anymore.
He is not crazy fast. He's gonna have to luck into a win at Daytona or Talladega if he wants
Yep.
to make it into the playoffs. So now that I've got those three out of the way, it's time to go who I have making the final three spots and the couple others that I think are really good sleepers this season. So with the sixth spot in the playoffs, I'm going to give it to Tanuki. Last
Let's go. That he had the most wins this season in the regular season. He had 3. Very end of the year, very end of the season, back to back to back. Crazy. He won Charlotte, which I was gone for. Then he won Gateway, which I was gone for, and then won Daytona, which I was gone for. I need to stop showing up to races so this man can succeed. God.
season joined very, very late, came close to winning at a lot of races, was leading for a lot of laps at Indianapolis, came really close at Chicagoland, and he's decent on road courses. He under
I like how I said decent. He's in my mind, he's not very great. Well, actually, no. This season, he's improved. He's improved on road courses. A lot. He's much better than he was last season. But yeah, I'm glad I put him in. I remember making this video and being like, do I want to put Tanuki in? I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure because I didn't know how much he would show up. But luckily, showed up a good amount and made it.
understands how to drive,
And I put him in sixth, which is kind of where he is in points.
and he is very consistent a lot of the time. D2, if you watch anything from D2 last season, he was your runner-up in my mind, even though Dylan
Yeah, he was the runner-up by a mile.
technically stole it at the end with the win at Homestead. Tanuki was your runner-up in that
Yeah, I'm
season.
skip ahead. Oh, here we go.
I am going to put Kingatronics.
Yep,
Now,
good.
he isn't crazy consistent as a driver in my mind. He hasn't.
I don't know if I would say that about this season. That part I think I got wrong. He was up front a lot of the season. Just ends of races he'd get wrecked. That was the thing, which I guess you could say is inconsistent.
He's a guy that won't go to every single race, but he'll be at a good amount of them. The problem with it is there's only a couple times where he is a top driver
That is
in
true.
the race. If you saw Bristol last season, he was not very good. But then you go look at Charlotte a couple weeks later and he wins the race.
I actually have that wrong. Smile won that race in the 24 last season. I I forgot all about that, but King technically would have won it.
That's what I'm kind of banking on for this season. He's going to get another one of those kind of wins. He's going to get a win that was a chaotic race like Charlotte was, but he's going to be up at the front a lot of the time. It's going to be one of those races where he just randomly dominates and he's going to get into the playoffs doing it.
That was Daytona, except he did not win. I'm talking about most recent Daytona. He dominated that race. And then him and Happy got into it. Teammates at Daytona screwed each other over and gave the third place car the win. Sounds pretty familiar. Oh, Michael McDowell.
And then my final spot in the playoffs that I am going to predict, I am going to give it to Oda.
Thank God I put Oda in here because oh my gosh. Was this this was a good move by me. This man led. He actually finally got a win. He got the win at Daytona. Oh wait, what am I talking about with Tanuki? He has 2 wins. But anyways, Oda gets the win at Daytona. Granted, it was in semi-Mickey fashion, but I mean, a win's a win most of the time. But yeah, he led. He was like fourth or third in points going into the race. He has the second most playoff points. I am so glad I didn't leave him off this list, because man, would that have been a big miss of a playoff driver.
First season in D1, at least that I know of, I don't think he's going to get slumped. With
Which
what
was
I've
good.
seen from him in D3, even him running a little bit in D2, he should make the playoffs, in my mind. I think he will be
Yep.
consistent enough to make the
Yep.
playoffs for the
God,
season.
I'm so good
What
at
I am
predicting.
most scared about,
He was consistent. He was consistently in like fourth or so every race. And if he was top four like almost every race, unless he got wrecked out. Indy.
about is the fact that he might not be consistent enough.
He was consistent enough.
If you saw Phoenix, the first race I did last season, he was towards the back a lot of the race.
He was, but Phoenix is a weird track.
Granted, not Oda is, he is not going
Skip
to him
ahead.
dropping out. But for my prediction, I say he's going to be up at the top enough to
Yep.
make that playoff spot.
It was. He
Now
led
for
the non-winning drivers
sleeper
at
picks
Daytona
that
in
I
in points.
have in
So,
mind.
got
The
it correct.
first one I'm going to say is Smile.
Man, I wanted this man to get into the playoffs so bad. He was so close. Ah, if I didn't wait so long to put him into the full-time seat, he would be in the playoffs. Because he missed it by like 4 points or so, which sucks. I hated to see it. Oh, wait, hold on. Forgot to mention. Yeah, I forgot to mention Dega. Yeah, so Dega's in this sleeper category as well. Man, I missed out on him too. He was 2 wins this season. But to be fair, he did not have a lot of playoff points either. He missed a lot of races.
Only reason I didn't put him in the playoffs is because he's on a part-time schedule.
Yep. which I was smart to put him in this sleepers category because that was the whole reason he didn't make it because he was a part-time to start the season.
right now. He's only racing the first 5 races of the season, which is only half of the regular season. If he doesn't re-sign with his team for the full season, he's not going to be able to make the playoffs. His win isn't going to count if he gets one. But if he signs full time with the team, I fully expect him to be in the playoffs. My second sleeper pick
Man,
is actually going to be Casimir.
why did I put him in a sleeper? Oh my god.
Now, I
No, why did I put him as a sleeper? Oh, you gotta be kidding. This man was horrible. He was so bad. Oh my gosh.
haven't seen him race, but from what I know, he's coming from somewhere that Oda knows him. Me knowing Oda, he's either going to be not a great driver or he's going to be a pretty decent driver.
Man, okay, well, I got that part right. I said he's either going to be absolutely horrible or he's going to be pretty decent. He was absolutely horrible, so I'm glad I at least said that part. Oh my gosh, that saved that pick a
And
little
I'm
bit.
banking on the side.
Okay, never mind.
Just don't know. That's why I put him in the sleeper category because I don't know how he's going to perform. Never seen him.
did horrible.
A third sleeper I have is going to be Blue. Now,
Let's go! He made the playoffs at the Indy win. Oh, I'm so glad. Dude, he wasn't making the playoffs if he didn't get that win, to be fair. But at the same time, Smile gets in if he doesn't win that. So, ECR still would have had 2 guys in, no matter what, which I didn't predict. But I'm glad I put both of them in sleepers, because dang, I am so good at predicting sleepers.
now he is someone that I've known, that I brought into the league,
Yep.
and he hasn't really done a lot of NASCAR stuff. But
Mhm.
I have been training him a lot
Yep,
these
I
past
was.
off season, and I think if he is consistent enough, there's a chance that he can get in off points.
He would not have gotten in on points. He was. Granted, he did have some very high shining light points at some tracks. I'm talking about Homestead mostly. 'Cause he was fast at Homestead. D2 proved it.
Or maybe even luck into a win
He did luck into that win. Dang, I'm so good at predicting.
at a random track. Then my fourth and final sleeper
Who
pick
did I put here?
is going to be Happy.
This guy showed up to like 2 races. Why did I put him in? Granted, he did just about make the playoffs at Daytona, but like, I am not gonna listen to that. All right, so I'm gonna read off the playoffs list regarding the seeding real quick, and we're gonna see just real quick. I'll probably flash a picture up as well to show you. But going into the playoffs, I'm the 1 seed, which I got fully correct. The 2 seed is Oda, which I mean I predicted the oh my gosh, I cannot talk. I predicted him to get in, but I didn't think he'd get a win and have that many playoff points. Third is Rover, which I didn't get correct spot, but I got him in the playoffs. Fourth, I think fourth is King, actually. So that consistency factor that I sort of talked about, that's what it was. Tanuki and Dega are tied on points for the playoffs. Dega, I completely sorry, I completely forgot to put him in here. I would have so put him in over Oda at the time. I would have put Oda wouldn't have been on this list. He would have been in sleepers originally, and Dega would have been in the playoffs if I had noticed correct. But Tanuki, Dega, they're what, fourth and fifth, I think. Yeah, no, fifth and sixth. Then seventh is Blue, so I had that right. He barely squeaked in. And then, God, I didn't even put. Oh, that's the biggest mistake. Hank. Hank Harvick. He's the last guy in. Last guy in on points and everything. I didn't think this man would be active. He was barely active last season, and he made it in somehow. No wins on the season, which I wasn't shocked about, but he made it into the playoffs, which in my mind was kind of crazy. Because from what I saw, I had zero clue this man would come anywhere close to making the playoffs. So, with that being said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of my 8 playoff drivers correct. Should have been 6 because Iron shouldn't have left, but whatever. I'm just glad I had one of my sleepers be in, and at the time, another sleeper Dega be in. So realistically, I got 5 correct, 2 basically correct, and then another one I just got incorrect. So that's gonna be it then. Um, this is the channel. Go subscribe to it. You can see Dega 4 weeks ago said this was completely off, and then it shaped up to be pretty good. So yeah, goodbye.